Six figures. I like the sound of this. Are we making money today?
Yep, you know what they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. But today's special guest is going to talk to us about how she can take a picture and turn it into thousands of dollars with
Ooh.
branding strategies that feature great professional photography. But there's always a story that's involved with this before we get going.
Ooh, okay. So you know what? Guess who is first in the chat? TWP Popcorn. I'm sure he's ready for a story.
All right, TWP Popcorn, good morning to you out there in Kansas City.
And Mary Mighty Poju, my favorite Nigerian. Oh, oh yeah, she's out in California, and she is sending us greetings from California as well. I'm sure they're ready for a story. We got other people popping in, so let's go for it.
All right, now in the West African culture, there are people called griots who are the storytellers of the people. They were like the original line of social media. They were the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that for the kings and royalty of the people. And one griot named Balafaseke of the Mandinka people or the Malinke people of Mali, West Africa, left us with the story that brands one of the greatest kings in African history.
Ooh, Sir Hale Speaks is ready. Let's do it.
His name was Sunjata Keita. Long ago, in a land far away that we now know as Mali, a great hippopotamus ruled the Niger River. And the hippopotamus ruled the Niger River Valley because of the lion that roared inside his heart. The hippopotamus was Mali. The river that it ruled was the Niger River Valley. And the lion that roared inside the hippo's heart was not a lion at all. It was a man. His name was Sunjata Keita, the first emperor of Mali. Sunjata Keita was one of two sons that was born to a great Mandinka chief named Nare. And Sunjata Keita it was prophesied that Sunjata Keita would be the next king to lead Mali into glory. However, when Sunjata was born, he could not walk and talk as other children did as he grew to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. So much so that the people of Mali decided, we do not want Sunjata Keita to be our next leader. If he cannot stand up for himself, how can he stand up for Mali? We will take his brother, Dankaran, to be our new leader when Nare died.
So wait a minute. They were going to choose his brother to be king rather than him just because he couldn't walk?
Just because he could not walk and talk like other people. The day came when Nare died, and Dankaran was crowned king of Mali. And Sunjata Keita was cast out of the land to live with his mother and sisters on the kindness of other kings. When Sunjata reached the age of 17, he finally grew to strengthen his legs and he was able to pull himself upright and walk as any other man.
Taking over from his brother.
But the years of being crawling on the ground left him powerful and strong, and he became a great archer and swordsman. When he found out that Dankaran, his brother, the king, had fled Mali due to an evil wizard named Sumanguru of the Soso people, he gathered a great army of warriors to do battle with Sumanguru. Now, when Sumanguru had great magic, but the griot Balafaseke told Sunjata Keita.
The griot, the storyteller, told
Sunjata Keita that to take away Sumanguru's power, you must touch him with the magic claws of the rooster. That is his taboo. It takes away his power, and he will be able to be captured like any other man. Sunjata Keita took the claws of the rooster and tied them to an arrow, and he chased Sumanguru around the battlefield for the next day on horseback. But Sumanguru would use his magic to disappear from one place and reappear somewhere else. Sunjata Keita had one chance to shoot his magic arrow, and he let it fly through the air, true and straight, but Sumanguru breathed his magic on the arrow, and froze it in flight. Sumanguru took the magic arrow and broke it with his bare hands. Ha ha! Sunjata Keita, the lion child. You thought you could defeat Sumanguru, the most powerful wizard of... Oh, I'm losing my powers. And before Sunjata's eyes, Sumanguru the wizard became shriveled, old, and powerless. Sumanguru climbed onto his horse and began to run from Sunjata Keita, and Sunjata Keita chased close behind him. And just before he captured the evil wizard, Sumanguru dove from his horse and called on the last bit of his magic to turn himself into a stone. And there Sumanguru the wizard hides amongst the hills of Mali to this very day as a rock, waiting for Sunjata to die and not return. Sunjata Keita became one of the most powerful emperors in Mali, using the gold and salt trade of the Kingdom of Mali to build great cities like Timbuktu, a trading town, and even to start the university, Sankore University, where Mali became a learning center for people from Europe and all parts of the world would come to learn and trade. And that is how Mali, the great hippopotamus of the Niger River, grew to be one of the greatest kingdoms in the history of kingdoms around the world. Thanks to the lion that roared inside its heart. The lion was Sunjata Keita.
And his storyteller.
The first emperor of Mali. And we have this story thanks to his griot, his own version of Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. A man named Bala Fasike. And that was the end of that. So today we're talking about griots. Griots are storytellers. They help people to tell their stories, and that's exactly what our special guest does today with Beautifully Graced Photography. It is none other than the owner of Beautifully Graced Photography.
Well, you know, we got so many folks in here ready to hear how this photographer that's coming in now is helping us, or helping herself really, to get the six figures and, you know, doing all the things. So Barbara Tucker, hey, good morning to you. We know that you're just as excited as EK. Corey EK Kai Media is, you know, he's Kenyan. He recently went to Jamaica. I always just want to make him Jamaican. But anyways, Richmond is also here. They are excited about how you just told us a story, right? So let's just say Lash's journey. She's Jamaican. She's like, oh yeah, sure. We grew up telling stories. But you're saying our guest today is telling stories with her camera.
With her camera. And speaking of stories, if you enjoyed that story.
Oh, the amazing MNG. She's still in Jamaica. Hey.
Don't forget, you can enjoy more great stories if you just check out our past library membership on our website. That way you can get digital downloads of stories just like the one, Sunjata Keita, on our Savannah Winds download.
Well, you know, Corey, my Renaissance grandma, Gail at Night, is reminding everyone to please be sure to click the like button. If you're finding value, definitely do so. But my Renaissance grandma, you know, the one who makes all these spices and whatnot, y'all keep this one in here when I'm not using it. Go to her Etsy shop, Lady V's. Anyways, Monzi Rigel is saying, spell that Sun Gotta Get Her, hashtag the home team, Sun Gotta Corey, and Sun Gotta Laquita. You know who it is. Anyways, G. Albert, but he's on somebody else's account, Monzi Rigel.
Oh, okay.
So, yes. Either way, share with Love TV. We got all our Nigerians here. They love the money. I say we get the six-figure lady in here so that we can say good morning to her.
Yeah, she's a photographic griot in her own right. It is none other than Michelle, the owner of Beautifully Graced Photography.
All right, Love and Live show is ready for her. Let's bring her in. Good morning.
Good morning, you guys. That was a great story, Corey.
Oh.
Thank you so much. You know what? We got the home team in here. TWP Popcorn has hashtag the home team. He's going to be on our show on Friday. He's a money maker now. All the island people, Danique Anthony is Jamaican. And I'm saying money because you left your day job. We know you got a husband, and he's like, okay, I got you, babe. But still, everybody can't just leave their day job, right? And you've been now self-employed for 5 years and continuing to grow it. So y'all do what Danique Anthony is doing. Put in hashtag the home team, because we got Doug, the number one thug.
Doug, the number one thug in the house.
We want to know.
That's my gun range instructor.
Yeah, Doug is actually, Corey goes to the gun range with him, and yes, definitely pro.
So like Lakuta said, you took a passion and turned it into your profession, as a profitable profession, left your 9 to 5 and became a professional photographer. And you started out with doing weddings. Now, weddings.
But wait, Danique Anthony says he has a couple of cameras. Looking forward to this message. And Monzi Rigel, aka G. Albert, says what you're about to probably ask about. Good morning, Michelle. Explain how branding is all about telling a good story. Good branding stories begin with good, and he didn't finish it because it got cut off. But that's what you're doing now. Thank you, Monzi. The pronunciation is Manzi. Sorry.
like we were saying,
tell us about this branding story. Right. You're making more money with branding.
And most people think about weddings when they think about photographers, but you shifted away from that, and you're now focusing strictly on branding.
Tell us about it. How's this working out?
Yeah, so when I first got started, I wanted to be the wedding photographer. I wanted to travel far and near, just taking pictures of people's weddings, telling their love story. I was one that drank the Kool-Aid, and where people said only way to make money as a photographer is to be a wedding photographer, which honestly is not true. A lot of times you're overworked and underpaid because you're chasing that client and trying to get, you're trying to get people to see that value that you provide for them. A lot of times I would tell my brides, my couples, that the only tangible things that you can take away from your wedding day is your photos and your videos, your wedding dress, your shoes, your small little items, but you can't take the venue home. You can't take the DJ. You can't take all the other things that's in play. So I always try to get people to understand that value. And they did, but during the pandemic, once the pandemic happened, it changed my perspective. I was aiming to do, travel for weddings and to book more and really invest in that side of my business. But the pandemic happened. Obviously, there was no weddings. In Virginia, as you know, we can have gatherings no more than like 10 people up to like last year. So it really stopped a lot of things that I was doing. I always had an interest in branding, but 2020 allowed me to dive deeper into that and to get a better understanding. And I found that I actually like doing that more. And understand that value, business owners, entrepreneurs, big companies understand that value that it provides for them, because it allows us to tell their brand story through images. It allows us to tell what you do, why you do it, who you are.
So I have a question about that. Because you're saying, okay, sure, the pandemic happened and people weren't having gatherings. They were out there following the rules. Now, everybody knows I'm a line crosser. To draw a line, I'm
habitual line stepper.
Habitual line stepper. Yes, that's my official term. So, I was that person. Nope, I'm going to be the 12th person and I'm going to bring 3 people with me. Y'all going to have 15 people here. And I know that you said during the pandemic, you got flew out to do a wedding in another state, because the whole point is, as a branding photographer, or as a wedding photographer, any photographer, have money, will travel. If they're willing to pay the price, you're like, I'm there. You help people so that, like this post on your Instagram, it says where to use brand photos. You're not just the person taking the pictures, you're also the strategist. You're telling us, use this in brochures and handouts, magazine and press submissions, media kits, PDF guides, postcards, and mailers. One thing I noticed is that you seem to have a lot of insight. And I just thought, if Rambo Green Hands is growing, he might just want to know how he can grow. He's Jamaican too. Dang, I'm Jamaican today. They outweigh the Nigerians. Anyways, so if Rambo Green Hands is here and he wants to grow, and you're like, fine, I can take pictures of your garden. TWP, I can take pictures of your grow, because he's growing cannabis. Lash's Journey is growing real estate. EK is growing a media center, right? So you're the person, though, you're the strategist. You're like, I got you. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I notice you have a lot of insight. How does this work for you as far as you're helping these different business people to scale and grow? How does that help you to scale and grow? Are they bringing you more clients? How does that benefit you?
Well, I mean, the best way of advertisement is word of mouth. Once people tend to work with me and go through that whole client experience, I try to provide an excellent client experience. Like, I may not be the best photographer, but you're going to have exceptional client experience when you work with me. And people just refer, like, hey, I have referred me to your other business friends that you may have, in groups that you may network in. Somebody's looking for, they need brand photos, they need headshots. Like, hey, I know a girl, she does great work. I like to tell my clients that I provide a white glove service. You don't have to worry about anything when working with me, because I want to make sure all the T's are crossed, I's are dotted, and we're going to go forth.
So here's the thing. I notice here that you always educate, though. Like you're saying, your message is only as powerful as the visuals that accompany it. When was the last time you updated your images? Are your headshots old? What are these people coming to you for? Because I see here, it says, what kind of photos are taken for brand sessions? You're telling us, most of us want to be branded, but what are we branding for? And you have here lifestyle, headshots, services you provide, for the products you sell, team photos, what motivates and inspires you. So you tell us a little bit more about that, because we got Gail at Night dropping all of your links into the chat. They're already in the video description. So if people want to find Beautifully Graced Photography, they can find you on Instagram. That's your website. But branding by Beautifully Graced is where we can get these branding kits from. So tell us, how are you educating people? Did you just start with your cell phone? Are you using a real camera? Because we all think we're photographers, right? But you sound educated. You sound like you did something different.
Everybody has an Uncle Willie that has that, I don't know what it is, that orange and green colorful camera strap. and Uncle Willie taking pictures, but then you mad because all your wedding pictures, everybody head cut off.
Right. So
they got his finger right in the middle of the picture.
Right. So that's why I'm asking, because you can't, or can you scale with a cell phone? Danique Anthony has a couple of cameras. Do you have a real camera? You got a what? Like, how are you doing this? You're always educating. Did you educate yourself? What did you do? And y'all keep putting in hashtag the home team. Thank you, Share with Love TV. Go ahead.
I do have a real camera. I have a Canon R5 that I recently invested in beginning of last year. But when I first started, my whole passion, family functions, get-togethers, I always have my cell phone out. I'm not going to discredit, there's a lot of functionality in today's newer cameras, iPhones, same Android phones. There are people that take great photos on their iPhones, and they edit it, and sometimes you really can't tell the difference. But I mean, Laquita, would you rather, say you and Corey is going to have, say it's your anniversary, you want to take photos, would you rather me show up with my iPhone, or would you rather me show up with a professional camera to be able to capture you guys and the essence that you all share together?
So really, that's where the money comes from. The scaling comes from.
I'll answer from my perspective. It ain't gonna matter to me one way or the other.
You know what? So y'all know Corey cannot see. His eyes don't work. He hasn't been able to see for over 25 years. However, Corey is always asking me what other people look like. So I think it matters to him what he looks like in a photo as well. Corey doesn't let me put certain things on him. And if we were to secure a branding package right here on your website, you have it right here. If we want to secure a branding package, you educate us on the different types of packages. So this is what helps people to realize that the value is here. You're educating us. You're letting us know how this works. So this is part of the scaling that gets us up to the six figures, right? Because you have here, if you just want headshots, if you want the professional, the executive, the CEO package, these packages, $1,400, $1,400, $5,000, $200, but you can always upsell around this, so that if someone starts with the headshots package that might start at $200, do they often come back as a repeat customer? Do you also sell them other products? How does that work?
So typically I just meet the clients where they are, what are their needs. I'm never going to try to put you in a package or, sell you something that you don't need. If you just need headshots, let's just say, hey, you and Corey have a performance coming up. You need to do flyers and you need to have pictures of yourself. If you don't need the whole shebang, you don't need a whole branding, experience, I'm not going to sell you that. I will educate you and tell you the difference between, okay, hey, the headshots, you can use this on your profiles. You can use this as your introduction of yourself. But if you are heavy on social media, heavy on your social media marketing, right, for your websites, if you, pre-pandemic, when a lot of people had brochures and different things, they would like to have a array of images that they can use for their marketing. Maybe your email marketing that you use. So I will always just try to see where you're at. If you come for headshots, but hey, this branding sound good. Maybe not a 4-hour session, but maybe a 1-hour session. Let's do that. And then we'll go deeper outside of the headshots. And I always try to get a clear understanding of your business. Who is it? Who are you guys outside of your titles, outside of, being storytellers, dancers, having a family? Who are you? What do you do? Why do you do it? What inspires you? What gets you up in the morning? What are your values? What is your business values? And we tie all that stuff together and try to.
So, okay. So let me ask you, I'm going to put you to the test because, GT Junior, he's in Alaska. Right. And he's like, yeah, I've Android, not iPhone, but yes, a real phone. So he don't care. As long as you come with it, you know what? We're going to ignore that part. But let me just tell you a little bit about each one of these people, right? He's in Alaska and he is growing things. He actually just started his own business. He's growing food. So that's why it's called GT Junior Grows in Alaska. He knows a lot about seeds and all of that, but he's also a people person. He has a passion for people. So he has his own business as well for helping to help people with different abilities and challenges and whatnot. Triple Threat Firearms and Defense. And you might know what Tarsha does. Yes, she's cute. And she's strapped, okay? And I forget what the third thread is, but that's two on it anyway, right? So, and she has an amazing website. So, she can always help us out the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. Nikki she also grows. She has a garden as well. Now, Nikki has a husband. She has children. Tarsha has a family. GT Junior has a family. All of these people, right? They have all these different things going on. Now, here's my question, because TWP Popcorn is saying it best. Great way to invest in yourself and the brand you're building. So if these people want to invest in themselves and the brands that they're building, what are some of the things you might suggest to Nikki, or to GT Junior Grows in Alaska, or to Tarsha of Triple Threat Firearms and Defense? They're all growing and they all have other businesses as well. Some with firearms, some with personal businesses, personal care businesses, and then some with, she has an in-home daycare. Any tips for branding for either of them, how they could use a branding kit? Because, Solo Mobile Fan is in here too. Hey, hello, how you doing? So yes, any tips that you want to give?
I would start off by saying, I guess, set your intentions of where your audience is at. Where's your audience primarily at? Do more of your audience come from your website? Do more of your audience come from social media? How are you meeting people? And then I guess once we discover like where your audience is at, then we'll target them in that ways. Like if more of your audience is on Instagram, we'll come up with a strategy of, the images that we will take, so that your audience can better relate to you and your business, and that they're more inclined to invest with you. Because you have to think, we live in an age now that everything's all digital. People make a judgment of you within a matter of seconds, not even outside of knowing who you are. So you have to have good images, good videos, great marketing tools that helps them stop with strolling constantly, get their attention, and want to inquire about what you do.
Got it. Right here, we do have Sonia Tube watching from Namibia. I'm just showing your Instagram. I notice how you have your testimonials listed here. Everything's here so that people can hear from the folks that you've helped, right? So like you're saying, a place that you realize that works for you is Instagram. You're using it this way. Here's a question from G. Albert. Michelle, what if you are camera shy like Corey and I? You know what? How you gonna talk about you, Corey? How you know what you?
Hey, but that's so funny. He said that I do not like taking pictures.
He doesn't.
I never did. I never liked taking pictures, and I don't like being. Ironically, I don't like being in videos either. but here I am.
You host a web series. How do you not like being?
I don't. I just never cared for it. But like I said,
just do what TW Popcorn did. I'm gonna get a new leather jacket and buy a packet.
but like I said, what I do is I've come to I embrace it, because I know that's part of our business model, our business structure, and that it gives us access to an audience we didn't have before. So I do embrace it. But speaking of audiences, you dropped a nugget when you said the part about start with where are you meeting your audience. That's with any storyteller, whether you're a photographer, a videographer, whether you're a content creator, whether you're a professional storyteller like Laquita and I. No matter what you're doing, you got to be able to tell your story to the audience that you're serving. And sometimes you might be serving multiple audiences, so you might have to have multiple stories to tell. So that was a great comment that you made there, Michelle.
Yeah, Nikki is laughing at TWP Popcorn. However, do what you got to do. Start where you start. And so if Crafty Mom Creations is in here and she's like, I don't know where to start, right? I am a creator. I guess I could use a photographer. Are there any tips for her or Little Ruby's Daycare and Counties? Because she's dropping the cash. She says, "Good morning," passing through with the thumbs up and the coffee. Thank you for the coffee. We appreciate it. So if you're Crafty Mom Creations, if you're Little Ruby's Daycare and Counties, she's another Nigerian. Woo, we're 4 up. I'm winning. No, okay.
You want to get Mary Matapoju and share
Welsh Wifey channel is here too.
Oh well, now it's 4
and share with Love TV. Yes. Anyways, so getting back to them. Last question. You're focusing on branding. You're doing it up. Like, you're doing a beautiful job. We see it happening. Any tips that you want to give to Little Ruby's Daycare Encounters or Crafty Mom Creations?
How to get started.
How would they use a photographer? Because they want to scale their business up. Sure, you're making your money, but how are you helping these business owners to scale their business up? I saw the testimonials, but we weren't listening to them. We were just watching. How are you helping your customers? Mariam Body Post, you talking about, I heard my name. Oh.
I would say the most important thing is, when you're looking to get started, is to set your intentions. Only you know your business. I'm a photographer here to help carry out your vision. Set your intentions of why you need these photos. What have shifted in your business that maybe you want to scale, maybe you want to come off more presentable, more, the expert in your field. Set your intentions of why you want these photos. Where do you intend to use these photos? How do you plan to use them? Like, are you having a book launch? Are you promoting are you launching a new course? And then come up with inspiration board or a Pinterest board. What kind of photos do you look for? Ideas of photos you have, so that way when you get with your photographer, you say, hey, I'm relaunching my business, I'm rebranding. At first I started off, a lot of times we start our businesses, we don't really know, we just get an LLC, we get a website, we just do it really fast without the intention of really like diving deep into our marketing. So set your intentions first. Know why you want to do it, where you want to do it.
But you're giving us the ideas. Like, here, you're telling us that with these brand photos, we can tell a story by connecting our message or passion to compelling imagery. So what you're saying is, once we know what our purpose is, what our intention is, then we can tell that story with these brand photos. We can set ourselves apart in these ways. That's what it says on this list. It says there are hundreds of people doing what you do. Show people what makes you different. Create a positive and personable first impression. Present yourself as the expert and industry leader. So if we're perplexed, if we're confused, if we can't remember what you're saying, we can book a consultation. When should we? Like you say here, when we're just starting a business and we need branded images for our website or marketing materials, when we're looking to rebrand ourselves and we need business images that align our business and our audience. Because this lady here, she looks cute. She's on a telephone. She's got some books in front of her. Did she set this up, or did you set this up? Did you tell her to wear a collared blouse, or did she know, let me put on this blazer with the collared blouse, let me get on the phone? Was this your strategy or hers?
So we go through the whole planning process. I go through the whole planning process with you. I'm not just showing up to just take pictures. We're, like I said, we're trying to figure out, okay, how do you see yourself in your business? What perception of you do you have? And how do you want to be perceived by others? We do talk about outfits. I always tell, my clients, I always try to give them good tips. Drink plenty of water leading up to your shoots. You don't want to have an acne breakout. Ladies and men, don't try new products in your facial routine, because you never know. You was like, oh, let me go get this, and then you try it, and then 2 days later you have a
breakout.
You have a really bad breakout. Make sure you're getting plenty of sleep.
So you look cute. Because you know what? Love and Live Show. Look, Love and Live Show is like, this is great information. They are here for it, right? So this is good. I like these tips, because these are the things that you're telling people. So say, like, if you're just cute in the face, right? Triple threat firearms in defense. She cute in the face. Boom. She could just show up, wake up. But she says, like, I actually suffer from several different issues. So like you're saying, she might need to make sure she gets her rest, so that if she's having a bad week, she can still look cute in the face and look like, I woke up like this, right? Okay. Love and Live Show, same thing. Lenora's like, wait, you said what? Get rest. And do you recommend makeup? Like, what do you tell people for their shoot?
I highly recommend makeup. Just because you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to get glam, but a nice natural look will help you look polished. help you to be able to present a clear message. You don't want to just come with like a dry face. Not so that you don't want to just come with just a natural. You want to look like you put attention to detail in yourself.
Because this lady right here looks really natural, but she's pretty glam at the same time, you know? So I understand what you're saying there.
Ladies, I got a cheat for you. I don't know if they still do it, but I know a lot of with the stores being after post-COVID now, but a lot of ladies, one photographer said before you go get a photo shoot, if you want to get professional makeup, go to the makeup counter in the store and ask them to do something for you, like to show you how to apply different types of makeup, and they'll do it because that's, you know, they're trying to sell the product.
Right. That's an old trick.
I don't know, like Sephora now offers that. You know, go to your local MAC counter, they'll do that. I think post-pandemic, you have to like make sure you make an appointment. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's tons of. And I think the only requirement is you have to buy like one product or a certain price point. But getting makeup is very, I highly recommend that. Even for not necessarily makeup for guys, but guys, pamper yourself as well. Get manicures, get a fresh cut, because you want to look professional in your photos. You don't want to look like you just rolled out.
Okay, so wait, I got a question.
Why you say dusty about the women?
Because we not. Because wait. So here's the thing. Because GT Junior says I don't even dress up for Halloween. No makeup for me. But if you see GT Junior lying. GT Junior look like he got the best skin. Maybe it's Alaska. Maybe it's the food he's growing.
He's too cold to have breakouts.
Well, he probably so. Because Triple Threat, she says she only wears lip gloss, but she does have to make sure she gets her sleep before she does a live. This is the last question, because we've just supposed to be letting you saying good morning, but the people are here. G. Albert wants to know, do you go to your clients or do they come to you, or both?
Both. Depending on what kind of business you do. Like let's say maybe you own a floral shop, and it's easier for me to come to you because that way I can get pictures of your workspace. If you have a office or a home office, I travel to my clients. If my clients, they don't want to shoot at home or in their office space, maybe we can rent studio spaces out to be able to capture the photos they need.
But this is also where, like you said, have funds will travel, because Welsh Wifey Channel, that's a Nigerian, but she is in Western Europe right now. So if she wants to fly you out, you're like, I get flew out. Like,
passport ready to get stamped.
Okay, I love it.
Well, we got you dropped a lot. You spilled a lot of tea at the beginning of this interview. So we're gonna put you backstage to get a bit of a break. So while you're back there, we got a lot of stuff in the virtual green room for you. We have some PC pineapples. We have some gigabyte grapes for you. If you can grab them out of the virtual space, have at it.
Okay. Thank you.
See you soon. All right.
All right.
All right. Now, you know, Corey, they in here tripping. Crafty Mama's Creations is laughing at all the crazy folks like the salmon oil, because Nikki, you know, Nikki's a thug. Everyday Life of an OCD chick up there. No. She said GT Junior be slathering all that good salmon oil on his skin because he's up there in Alaska.
Get it right, Nikki. Seal blubber.
Y'all, make sure you do put in hashtag the home team and do what Gail at Night is doing. Follow Beautifully Graced Photography on Instagram. Branding by Beautifully Graced. So definitely she can help you wherever you are. She has lots of educational tools and tips on her Instagram page. And if you want her to come to you, y'all, she can get flued out. So either way, Nikki is telling us Alaska has a plethora of salmon. And look at TWP. Laquita always taking flights. Hey, do what I got to do. Thank you, Crafty Mom Creations, hashtag the home team. And so is Lenora over at the Love and Live show. Oh, we won a contest over there. I forgot to tell you, we won a book. They got a contest going on the Love and Live show. We won a book, and you got to get in the coloring contest. Even though you can't see, we're going to figure it out. Don't worry. Miriam is here too. Okay, so how do we do this right now, Corey?
Well, we've already jumped all the way in. So today we're going to say, let's go. Wait,
we about to start the show?
Yeah, time to start.
I thought we already started the show.
No, we got to do the official start.
Oh.
It's part of our branding. Remember you telling the brand strategies today.
Oh, yes. Branding strategies today. Definitely so.
So part of our branding is to say, let's start the show with our Real Talk with Ntabi Design intro.
It's another episode of A Blind Guy.
His wife.
All right, guys, I'm Corey, the blind guy.
His wife, Laquita Marie.
Together, we let you into our life live every Wednesday. I'm sorry, every hump day. bang, bang.
It ain't even Thursday. Why are you
every
banging?
hump day, bang to Friday. That's Wednesday.
Thursday.
Friday at
11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Changing your narrative of normal when it comes to your thoughts about health,
business,
and wealth. And for those of you that have been here, you've already heard some great information from our special guest today, Michelle of Beautifully Branded Photography. We're going to continue to talk to our wonderful home team audience, and we're going to have another drawing. Michelle is going to give away a decision that you can help to make when it comes to branding later on in the show. So stick and stay for the best 1 hour of your day.
Wait a minute.
Of course, we end with the plant-based treat of the day.
We haven't even done the first giveaway. You know, Nikki is putting in hashtag the home team. So we'll definitely be bringing Michelle back in to help us with that. You know, Love and Live shows to my Laquita, you crazy? Because I said you got to do that coloring book. But there are 5 of us, Lenora. So we got to have all 5 of us enter the contest. So yes, you know, Barbara Tucker says, great job. Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Make sure you put in hashtag the home team because we're only halfway done.
All right. So we're going to get ready to saddle up and ride in this first place pony. But don't forget,
thank you, Mary.
If you want to be down with the Blind Guys Wife Their Life home team, don't forget to bum rush the buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Let other people know and let YouTube know that this is some information that other people can definitely benefit from if they're trying to get to 6 figures with the branding strategies being offered by a professional photographer, Michelle of Beautifully Graced Photography.
And remember, whatever time you start is a good time. Of course, Corey, y'all started y'all intro in true CP time. Who else will talk trash like this on the live show?
Trash Can Wave.
No, Gialba.
Oh, okay. That's right. Corey's personal time.
Boom. So yes, let's get Michelle back in here to help us with First Place Pony. Of course, we did tell you all to give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for the coffee earlier. Little Ruby's Daycare Encounters. Gail at Night is reminding you that any of you can get your own coffee when you head on over to blindguyhiswife.com. Start your Buy Me a Coffee page from ours. We get a coffee, you get a coffee, we all get a coffee. You don't even have to buy one. Of course you can if you like. Thank you so much, Little Ruby's Daycare Encounters.
So we're going to bring Michelle back in to help with the First Place Pony Derby drawing.
Let's go. Come back in here, Michelle. Welcome back. Are you ready to help us with the First Place Pony? Because
I am.
Okay. So here's the thing. Everybody's been putting in hashtag the home team, hashtag the home team. And you've been helping us out with, okay, what do I really need to get started if I'm going to brand myself, right? You've been telling us what to do. You've been giving us tips for everybody that's out there. So thank you. We appreciate that. We do have everybody chatting it up with each other, but
now I know Danique Anthony mentioned it before, so we're going to give Danique and some of the other tech geeks out there a little techie talk. So we're talking about Canon shots, and we're not talking about like you going out there on the boat and boom, blowing people up. We're talking about the Canon camera. So
because you switched away from that cell phone
to a professional camera, and you know how much teeth pulling did it have to take for your husband to get that camera for you? Tell us about the camera, what you use, and what attachments you like to use. What do you like about that Canon camera?
Okay, so my very first camera that I got, it was back in 2018, 17. I asked Clint, I was like, hey, you know, I want to get a camera. I want to take this more serious. I want to make a business out of it. So it was actually during Christmas. So I don't know what he had to do to get it, but he got it. Right. And my first one was a Panasonic G7, I believe. And it was a mirrorless camera. I started with that. I had like a 24 lens. It allowed me to get like a creamy background. It had an f-stop of probably like 2.8. So I worked with that camera. Well, no, when I first started, I was completely, you know, you go from your iPhone to the actual camera and you're like, oh, I can do this. I can just take these pictures. And then you get everything together and it's like, what the heck are you doing?
But it was a totally different, it wasn't like you, because the phones come with the filters and they come with all of this, but now that you have a camera in your hand and we see you right here, you really got the camera in your hand, like that's what people expect when they see a photographer, but you had to take courses in order to be able to use this. It just didn't.
Yeah. I just didn't magically wake up and was like, oh, I adjust these settings. Even though there are like automatic settings in your camera, I wanted to be able to have full range, full control, because a lot of times you can't control your you can't control your lighting. Sometimes you're in establishments that don't allow for, flash. So you have to be able to have full range and be able to know, I need to adjust my shutter speed. I need to adjust my aperture. I need to adjust, I completely just it just left my brain.
No, but I get it. What you're saying is there's so many things. It's not just one thing. With a camera, it's a constant. There's so many moving parts, is what you're saying, because even right down to the battery. So it's not even a matter of, hey, I'm just going to pick this camera up and I'm just going to go for it. You had to really say, okay, I no longer have an Android, like GT Junior Grows in Alaska is saying.
So I got a question for you.
Wait. No, because Clint just spoke up. I sold the rights to our firstborn for that camera.
Clint, so I know she said, what did Clint have to do to get that camera? She didn't know. The question is, what did Michelle have to do to get Clint to get that camera?
You know what? Let's move forward. This is a daytime show.
Well, no,
Albert is asking.
Okay.
So your hubby gave you a Sony camera with 24 lens. Nice. And Triple Threat is laughing at Clint. You know what? Tasha, this is a daytime show. So no children were sold in the obtaining of this camera.
No kids were sold at all.
So you said you started with the Panasonic. What are the advantages of the Panasonic over the Canon over the Panasonic? You have the Canon now. What do you like? What's the comparison for people out there that might be looking to get into photography?
Well, Panasonic, they have a small line. It's not a full line compared to Canon, Nikon, or even Sony. I am a Canon shooter. It just allows for a better range, better to be able to shoot in low light situations. And every camera is different. So even some cameras on the Canon line, it allows you to be able to handle different things. If you're just starting out, or if you're a hobbyist, you don't have to get the latest and greatest. Learn with what you have. I learned on my Panasonic, and then I got a Canon I got a Canon T7i, the Rebel, and then I switched to a full frame camera because I felt in my business I needed to get a full frame camera to be able to. Before I made that full shift from weddings, I needed to be able to handle the megapixels, because I do offer my clients, products as well, as if they want to get like prints or canvases. I needed to have more megapixels so that I can be able to get bigger products, get bigger prints, get bigger canvases for them, and then not look distorted.
So there you go, guys. Y'all hear? She's not Uncle Willie or Aunt Wilhelmina with the leopard print camera strap. She knows her stuff. She's taking the courses. She's put in the work, and she got Clint to get her a professional camera.
Corey, this is the other thing. I know we got to get the first place pony done, but if y'all are all confused, go to her website. She has all 6 steps about what she's going to do. One, you're going to get your first consultation. You're going to 2, set your intention. She's been telling us that. And there's a whole paragraph under here. So if anybody's perplexed about what these topics are, get your game plan. There's shoot day, there's post-production, there's delivery. So the lady is set up for success. That's why the 6-figure photography lady is in front of us. And G. Albert, if you're wondering how we find these fantastic folks or guests to share with y'all, it's because we're fantastic. We only fool with fantastic folks. That's how we roll. So it just happens that way. So we woke up like this.
Everybody, if we hashtag the home team, we gotta get these ponies running in this derby. So Michelle, the way this works is I'm gonna make the horse race announcement. And when I say bring, when I make that gate sound bring, then you're gonna say, and they're off, okay?
And they're off. Got it.
Yes. Now, wait a minute. We're sure she invested in lights. G. Albert is asking. So you might want to make this first place pony something about lights, because you do have lights, right?
Yes. I actually have lights set up right now to make sure I'm well lit for you all.
Right. Okay. So say like Sonia Tube. I told you she's in Namibia, right? Watching us live from Namibia. But she probably has what we have, 1 ring light. You got more. You got, because you look different than us. You look all, you just look buttery, and we look okay. We're cute or whatever, but you got more.
Y'all look good.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Love and Live Show. She says, that's right, Laquita, you're fantastic. You know what? Lenora talks like that all the time. She will big herself up. She knows what she's capable of. So I'm sure she's already set her intention. So she knows when she's here. Look, Poke Silly Heads talking about, hi, mommy. Hey, Hezekiah.
I hope you're at lunch right now.
Somebody's about to get a virtual spanking.
And G. Albert, GT Jr. is agreeing. They cool like that. He just letting you know. All right. So let's go for it because GT Jr. does have hashtag the home team. We're ready for the first place pony. Let's do it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another run of the Blind Guy His Wife Their Life Live. First place pony derby. All the jockeys are mounted and ready to ride behind the gates. And Michelle, what do you say when it's time for the cameras?
Lance made it in, Corey. Lance might win. Go ahead. GT Jr. said he won. Sorry.
Michelle, what do you say when it's time for someone to take a nude photo before their bachelorette party? Bring!
And they're all.
Douglas Hughes. Oh yeah, Doug number one Thug. TWP Popcorn. Lance. What's his last name? Love and Live Show. Crafting My Creations. Share with Love Creations. The Everyday Life of OCD chick. His name too long. Danique Anthony.
Hey, Danique Anthony came all the way from Jamaica.
Boom. Got his 2 cameras ready.
Riding on a dolphin and made it.
You know what?
That's in Florida, so.
Right. Okay, so you know what? The Omaya girls, Everyday Life of an OCD chick is in there laughing at us. So Omaya girls from Kenya is giving us a thumbs up, and of course Lance is laughing. But you just missed it. GT Jr. tomorrow, just getting ready for the celebration. Celebrate for your boy Danique because he made it. Can you please congratulate Danique Anthony for winning first place pony, Michelle?
Congratulations, Danique Anthony, for winning first place pony.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
And Danique for winning first place pony today. Clint is going to buy you the latest Canon camera himself.
Oh, yep. He is buying cameras.
I'm just saying, he just might buy you a picture of a Canon camera, but it's a Canon camera.
And y'all see that right now, so far, everybody's congratulating, and she has her camera. Her firstborn is here, so he wasn't sold. So, hey, everything is good. This is just wonderful. We're going to give you a break so that we can get a coffee break. I told you Nikki is a thug. Talking about GT Jr. Nope. Because everybody was laughing at her because he was like, I'm going to win this. I'm getting ready for the celebration. Nope. Y'all, Miriam is off to premiere. We're going to take a coffee break. But Love and Live Show and everybody is. And didn't he win just last time? Because remember he had that acceptance speech?
Who?
Danique Anthony.
He had that BET.
Yeah, talking about really, guys, we all won and we are still winning. And we're winning still. Oh, Clint says, I just need the birth certificate for the collateral. Hey.
Man, he's worse than the collection agency.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to see you soon. We're going to give you a break in the green room, okay? All right. You know what, Corey? This is wonderful. Gail at Night is dropping all her links for beautifully graced photography. Y'all know what to do. Make sure you follow her on all the places. But let's give you guys a quick coffee break.
Don't forget, if you want to be down with the Blind Guy His Wife Their Life home team and make a one-time donation, you can remember to go to our blindguyhiswife.com website and click the green coffee cup so she can say,
what you doing?
I can say, girl, you know what I'm doing. I'm fitting to switch it out like Michelle's changes lenses and stir it like coffee.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Corey.
But if you want a deeper relationship with us, like those that have chosen us, you can become a sponsor. This broadcast is brought to you in
I didn't even show them the coffee cup.
But
bad. Anyways, yeah, it is at blindguyhiswife.com. Click the green coffee cup. It does open the widget. You can choose a coffee 1, 3, 5, or 25 because Corey's been blind for over 25 years. And we show you that it's right on our website. Buy the coffee right there. Or you can definitely, what'd you say, Corey? Hang out with our sponsors.
Yeah, hang out with our sponsors. And again, choose, and like they've chosen us.
Oh, you was just in time, G Mama says, for the green coffee cup. Clankety, clankety, clank. So, Danique Anthony tried to keep his acceptance speech short this time.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by promotional considerations paid for by the following unmuted sponsors.
Turn
down the music selector.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to turn down the music so that way you guys can see our sponsors. Thank you so much. We do appreciate you.
Supreme sponsors, David and Christine Brooks. Supreme sponsor, Dr. Linda Bailey Hayden of Elizabeth City State University. Supreme sponsor, AJ is road tripping. Check out his YouTube channel. Supreme sponsor, Lisk, Hampton Roads. Supreme sponsor, Sandra Green. You or your company can become a sponsor. Visit blindguyhiswife.com. All right. Thank you to our sponsors. And again, thank you for joining us on this episode of The Blind Guy.
His Wife.
Your Life Live, here for you every Wednesday.
Thursday,
Friday at
11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Introducing you to fabulous people that change your narrative of normal about health,
business,
and wealth.
And thank you. No, I was just going to say thank you for dropping the link for our sponsors. Of course, For the Love of Childcare is passing through again with the thumbs up. Thank you so much, Dr. Brenda, over there at Little Ruby's Daycare Encounters.
For the love of childcare, she take babies from their mothers.
You know what?
For the love of childcare.
Corey, get on with the title because the intro, because G Mama Grows is chatting it up with everybody else, and so we got somebody good to finish this. We're almost at the top of the hour. This is a 1-hour talk show.
Going on the hashtag Beautifully Graced Photography.
No, that's too long. You know what? What's his name had? Beautifully Graced. I like that, or branding. Hashtag branding, y'all.
Hashtag branding.
Hashtag branding.
All right. So today's special guest is no exception to our exceptional guest rule. Today's special guest is such a wonderful photographer. She is the reason that Eastman invented the camera in the first place.
Oh.
She is someone, when she takes a picture, she makes the Hubble spacecraft and the Galileo telescope pictures that come from outer space look like a kindergarten drawing. She is such a wonderful photographer that the Audubon Society renamed themselves to the Beautifully Graced Society. It's time for today's featured guest, photographer.
Go ahead.
Photographer extraordinaire. It's time for Michelle of Beautifully Graced Photography.
Come back, selector. Come back.
Corey, I'm gonna make sure I live up to everything you just said. Okay.
You know, got you.
Wonderful, because you know what? Audrey's Living Life has hashtag branding right along with GT Jr. Grows in Alaska, because that's what you do so well. You realize that you could definitely scale up your income way faster with branding rather than wedding photos and all those other things. So we've got all our Nigerians. Hey, thank you so much. Spice it up with Onwadia. That's the 5th Nigerian, Corey. I think I'm Nigerian now.
Now, what we've been talking a lot about branding. You've given us some of the ways that you help with beautiful branding, giving them the information to know, okay, set your intentions before you do your photo shoot. Even down to makeup and clothing decisions. You're there to help them to tell their story on whatever platform they choose. But you know, when we're talking about platforms, to think about social media like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, but you're also going to talk about some of the platforms that you use for your own business. So when it comes to, are you going to people and say, okay, I took your pictures, here's your thumb drive, and and bring the thumb drive back and I'll download more pictures? Are you sending tweets like back in the day?
No, that gone are the days of, chasing down your clients and delivering like, hey, I have your thumb drive, I have your CD, I have everything is all digital now. So for me and the platforms that I use, I found that it helps with, my client experience to just have everything just to be delivered, from my CRM systems, of how I communicate with my clients, send out questionnaires, send out invoices, send out whatever documents I need to get to them. I use 17 Hats because that allows me to upload all my documents. So at certain points, I can set that all to automation and just send that out to my clients. They can sign and date. I don't have to chase you down to sign a contract. I don't have to chase you down to sign, model releases or anything. Everything is just all digital now. And it just makes life a lot easier for me and them, because then they don't have to fax it back or anything. It's just you sign your name, you date the document, and it comes to me. You have your own client portal, and you can pull it up anytime you need it, especially for business owners, the end of the year taxes. How much of that's been in marketing? This branding is a form of marketing for your business. So I'm not a tax consultant. Check with your money people first. But don't say Michelle said that I could do this. No, but marketing, you can write it off on your taxes.
Lance Thompson is a comedian, and he's like, sing it, bro. So yes, he could write this off on his taxes if he has you to do his branding photos, right? Then like you're saying, trash can waves could be looking and lurking in like, oh, wait a minute. He wrote that off on his taxes. I can write it off on my taxes too. Because trash can waves is also a businessman. He can build a firearm live, show you how to clean it,
restore cars,
restore your hairline. That's why his name is Trash Can Waves, literally. So he has so many different things, right, that he does. Now, G Mama Grows, she's out there growing and everything, and she was always on Instagram because you're saying no longer are the days of thumbnails. Now she's also on YouTube. So you're using these platforms to deliver information to people so that they can scale up and they can make money. And like you're saying, they can write things off, even though this information discussed is not tax or legal advice, like Gail at Night says, it's for educational purposes only. What you're saying is, those are some of the tips that you give the people, or are they letting you know that, hey, can I do this? Or are you also advising them that this is how they can make this investment work for them?
Yeah, it's more like, this is how they can make this investment work for them. Like I said, talk to your money people, talk to the people that handle your money at the end of the year. But marketing is one of your, write-offs that you can use for your businesses. So it's always, kind of like that incentives, like, well, maybe this is a little expensive, but it's an investment into your business. But hey, at the end of the year, make sure you write this off. So it's always just that incentives for them.
Got it. So here's the thing. You're saying these are the platforms that you're using to deliver the photos. How have you seen your customers using your branding photos? You give them the tips like we've shown on your Instagram posts. And of course, you have these discussions with them. Are they doing that? Are they using them any ways that you didn't expect them to use them?
Majority of the time, I always try to give them the layout, like, hey, make sure, like, if you're doing emails, like you do email marketing, like Flowdesk or something, use your brand photos in your email marketing, even in your email signature. Everybody that receives an email from me going to see how I look, like, okay, this is a photographer. So if we're ever in a crowded area, they need to spot me out. Hey, that's her down the street somewhere.
Do they have to be cute like you? Let's say like NC Worker. He works a lot, right? He probably look all right, but Motrell on the Mission is cute. No. I'm just saying, the guys are always handsome. You know what I mean? But the girls, we can really do it up. The NC Worker is not going to get slayed. You know what I'm saying? Whereas us ladies, Motrell pretty much looks the same all the time. She's usually gorgeous. But Garden State Gardener, Joe he's average Joe, right? He looks good, but he ain't putting on lipstick. What I'm saying is,
I'm gonna stop this with the guys right now. Just because we don't have to go through urban renewal to get ready for a camera.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That ain't no need to hate.
So okay,
one thing I would say, I will take it for the guys. Every guy that I do consultations with, I meet with, they always come correct. They're not going to come looking shabby. Joe is not going to be an average Joe. He would come a little bit over average. Because they want to look good, especially if they single. They really gonna want to look good.
Got it. Okay, you hear that, kicking it with the rugs. You look cute in the photo, so we know you probably would come cute to a photo shoot. But what you're saying is that the people are actually using these photos in email signatures. I didn't even realize we could do that.
Yeah, you have a photo of you on Corey, use that in your email signature. Your email marketing. You can use it for brand kits. Let's say you want to contact the news or you want to have a story done about you. Send your photos as a submission and, tell what you do. Let's say a magazine or the news wants to interview you. Like maybe you get a magazine spread and vote. Use your brand photos and submit that to them. So that way they don't have to worry about, a lot of times it's your responsibility to, get the photographer anyway. This way you have your brand photos that you can submit for them. Like, hey, I already got you covered. Let's do the interview.
Nice. Okay. Garden State Gardener Corey. Joe says, laugh out loud. Yes, I'm the average Joe. But thanks to your branding, he can be the extremely average Joe. Kicking it with the rug says, clapping it up, and GT Jr. likes it, Corey. He says, laugh out loud. Say that, Corey. You had to speak up for the men.
That's cool, though, because like I said, a lot of people don't realize, and we found out along the way, it's better to have your photographs ready to give to the press rather than let them choose some for you offline and stuff like that.
Because they're always going to choose the photo that you don't like. They're going to be like, oh, let me just grab this and put it. Like, no, And it's always to have your, like you just said, Corey, it's great to have your pictures prepared. I can't stress like how many times we always make sure we have everything set up in our business. We make sure we have our business name, we have bank accounts, we have website, we have an Instagram. But when it comes to branding, hey, I want to have Laquita speak on my platform. People call and say, hey, I'm speaking on I'm doing a conference in 2 weeks. I need a professional photo for a flyer. And it's like, now it's on that rush timeline. Had you already had, stuff in place, you've already at least got headshots done. You can always start with headshots and build. You don't have to necessarily get 4 hours. You can get 1 hour. Like, hey, I just need images that I can submit to people. I'm very much in the public eye. I want to make sure that people, see that I'm invested into my business and what I do. And so that you already have that stuff out, like news contact you, hey, here's the photos, magazines, anybody that's doing any kind of article, anything that you want to do, you already have that in place rather than DIYing it yourself.
This is good stuff. NC Worker, Nick is laughing at him because he's talking about, well, I've never been so insulted.
See, that's why I had to take up for you, NC Worker. I had to take up for the fellas because she's like making it like, man.
I know. I had him in Garden State Garden.
Like all us looking like Flavor Flav around here.
Not here's the thing. And TWP talking about Laquita chose a great photo of me because I showed, look, why he looking shady? Because he's in the grow room. It's green all around him. He got a hood on. And so thank you, Clint, for putting in hashtag branding. Y'all, we're about to do this final giveaway. This is a question Clint does have, though. How often should we update headshots? Because whoever wins this giveaway, before you answer that,
you get the answer. You get to make a decision today.
Because everybody wants to know if Michelle takes photos of people in the
buckety buck.
Yes. And so you're going to be able, Mary Mighty Poja, you back from the premiere. Hopefully you win.
So
put in hashtag
Michelle
branding.
Is trying to decide. We're going to make a decision. Should Michelle expand her branding business for people that want to take pictures in the buckety buck?
Right. So we got 2 questions for you because, of course, Trash can't wait to my Flavor Flav. So 1, how often should we update our headshots? And Coffee Talking Twerk says,
hey,
my wife had a side business in photography for 5 years and we did well. Great hobby to turn into green. I'm telling y'all, we ain't want to give all her information because we don't want y'all borrowing $5 from Michelle, but let's just say she's rolling in it. And Love and Live shows over there laughing. How often should we update our headshots?
I always tell clients you should at least do it yearly, especially like if you're in the public eye a lot. You should always make sure you have fresh new images of yourself, or if you have gone through any kind of body changes. The pandemic, maybe you were big and you got small. Maybe you were small and gained some weight.
Well, you see Garden State Gardner saying this. He's saying, I look so much skinnier with pics taken up high because when we gain weight, us ladies know, girl, take the picture from up above. The low pics really put weight on you.
I didn't think about that though, because I wonder how different do I look from pre-pandemic to now?
Yeah, you look different. So right. Trash can't wait. I got a website. I'm trying to launch my OnlyFans. You know what? Get the branding done. Get the branding done.
She'll get flued out to Michigan for you.
Yes, and spice it up with Onwadia is going to talk about you because she has the spicy topics on her channel. Trash Can Wave, so don't worry. G. Albert's talking about, don't you just hate a rush job? Do they tend to make you and your business look bad? Do you ever just have to say no?
And honestly, it just depends. Like if it's just headshots are just a 20-minute session. I'm coming just to take photos from the waist up, so it's not anything that's just it's primarily just of you compared to if it's a branding session that needs to get done tomorrow. Like that's. I try to set my expectations in business and what you can expect from me and what I expect of you. So anything that has like that super demand, unless you're willing to pay a rush job fee, then a lot of times I'm just gonna have to politely decline.
Nice. You know what? TW Popcorn is agreeing with you in that headshot comment. Well, if the picture is over 4 years old and you don't look like this, then update it. And Triple Threat Firearms and Defense was like, right, she's listening to you saying, you might look different. You want to keep an update. Now, we ain't doing headshots and low shots, Trash Can. You do your own low shots. But let's get on to the giveaway because
whoever wins gets to decide, should Michelle expand her business to include taking photos of people in the bucket of buck.
Right.
Naked.
Right. So you know what? This is the last questions we're going to ask because Coffee Talking Tech is dabbing it up to Trash Can saying, Coffee Talking Twerk, spoken like a true dad. Because he said, I'm your only fan, Trash Can Wave. Do you provide your clients a copyright release form, NC worker? You know, this is the hardest working man. So he's asking all the business questions. Copyright release form.
Yeah. So with my branding clients, I provide them with a commercial leasing. So that allows you to use your photos for marketing purposes. Unless you need to own, I still own the rights of the photos. You can purchase the rights for a particular photo. Maybe you want to do an ad campaign or something, and you like, or maybe you're doing a book deal and like, hey, I need to have rights to this photo. I don't want you to use it. You can buy those rights, but you do get commercial usage of your photos.
Nice. Okay. So that's good. That's another good piece of business advice because Trash Can Waves was in there saying, yes, the Amaya girls is in there clapping it up. And we're going to do this giveaway, y'all, because G. Albert is saying take your picture or headshot annually so we can see you grow old and have proof. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all, make sure you put branding in. We're about to do this giveaway so somebody can decide when Michelle is going to start doing these new photos. Will she do it? Will she not?
Not her doing it. She's taking them.
Yes. Thank you for wording that. All right. So if you've already put branding in, you get to make that choice. If you have not, do it really quickly. Should she start? She's been asked.
And she got some really good samples that she can show you of her husband, Clint.
You know what? Let's get on with the giveaway.
All right, Michelle. When I say, I'm going to count 3, 2, 1. And when I do that, you're going to say beautifully graced photography, okay?
Oh, well, the NC Worker says, thank you for asking my question. That's right, Trash Can Waves. Get in there. You do not have a YouTube channel. Is that correct?
No, I do not have a YouTube channel. In the future, I'm hoping... I'm her only fan.
I'm her only fan.
I'm hoping to start a YouTube channel.
Wonderful. Right. Okay. We're ready. Let's do it.
3, 2, and the 1.
Beautifully graced photography.
All right. And we got Love and Live Show, Audrey's Living Life, Trash Can Waves, Nick Anthony, Clint S, TWP Popcorn, the Everyday Life, Even No CDS Chick, TWP Popcorn, Trash Can Waves, Audrey's Living Life, Montreal on the Mission, Clint S, Danique Anthony.
Hey, Danique Anthony, a 2-time winner in one day.
Oh, and look, so Danique, you know what to do. Make a good choice. Should she start taking photos of people in the flesh? People want to bear it all. They've been asking her to get these photos. She's telling them, I don't know, because once I see it, I can't unsee it. And what if you're a friend? Trash Can, you are not the winner. See, you know what? He said he's the Danique Anthony representative. Yes. Thank you, Love and Live Show, for congratulating him. Let's get on to asking you the final question while we wait for his answer.
Michelle, what fruits and vegetables do you plan to eat today?
Honestly, I don't even know. I don't have anything. I don't have any meals planned after this.
Well, we encourage people to eat fruits and vegetables at every single meal. Every single meal. See, the Amaya girls, she's from Kenya. They're always eating lots of fruits and vegetables. So I don't know. Audrey's Living Life might be getting some in soon, but they're all congratulating Danique Anthony. Do you have any plans for fruits and vegetables?
Like I said, I don't have any. This was my major to-do list today. This and take Hezekiah to a follow-up doctor's appointment. Other than that, there's nothing else on my calendar.
Got it. Okay. Well, good. So now you have
I plan to at least try to get a fruit and a vegetable in today. I do plan that.
Got it. Well, Nikki, look, if you can GPS her backyard, girl, you can go eat as many fruits and vegetables. She grows so many things. Talking about if Rig was a person, Danique is a person. Anyway, thank goodness that congratulations is coming from GT Jr. and kicking it with the Rooks. And Trash Can Waves.
You said kicking it with the Rooks. I thought you said kicking it with the Rug. Oh no,
Rooks. Rooks, yes. Like Brooks, but Rooks.
Got you.
Yes, and they love good news. And so Trash Can is saying, honesty, that's an attribute. So XDMC is asking, did you take that pic behind you? Love the bridge shot. Who's that with you? All up in the background, girl.
XDMC, I don't know what kind of monster he has.
Go ahead, answer that question.
That's actually a client album. Well, it's a sample album for me to show clients. But that's one of my clients that I did probably 2 years ago. It was leading up to their anniversary, so they were doing like some engagement photos.
Oh, nice. Wonderful, wonderful. And XDMC is, while Gail at Night is dropping all of your links, Beautifully Graced Photography or Branding by Beautifully Graced at Instagram, then we do have XDMC saying one love to the chat and guests. Oh, hi, Laquita. Nikki can't wait to eat. She says when she's eating breakfast, she's already thinking about lunch and dinner. Dang, she sounds like me. And Cooking It with the Rooks is in there laughing. Let's get on to our plant-based treat. Any final words that you want to give to us before we go? Because this has been a pleasure.
I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be on this platform and share about how I got started and what branding is and how to use it in your business. If anybody have any questions, they can contact me on any of my social media platforms. But also, I just think it's really important that you all just take a deep dive and look into your business and see if branding is something that is for you. Well, it's for everyone, but just to see, how can you start implementing branding or some of the stuff that I did talk about. And if it's not with me, find somebody that you can work well with and to invest into this business, because you will see the ROI in your business from that.
All right,
I love it.
On investment. Well, Michelle, you've been great. What we're going to do is we're going to put you back in the virtual green room, and you can hang out there for a few moments, and when we end the show, we'll talk to you then. So thank you for coming there, Michelle.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. And you know what? Kicking It with the Rooks did say, thanks so much for sharing. G. Albert says, I had lunch with Bishop Donald Oliver and his wife. They gave us some huge and sweet pears from their yard.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nice. Bishop Donald Oliver, remember he showed us the gaming platform. Yep. Yes. Awesome.
Kicking It with the Bishop.
Contact her on her social media. And if you get a hold of her, think up some questions. Trash Can Wave says. GT Jr. Is definitely saying deuces, but we're getting on to our plant-based treat. Oh, you know what? Kicking It with the Rooks is her first live here. Well, welcome. I hope you enjoyed it. This is how we finish our show every single episode with our plant-based treat.
And now it's time for today's plant-based treat by Chef Laquita Marie.
Getting you to eat more fruits and vegetables every day at every single meal. This one is a dessert.
Easy
3-step chocolate pudding. Step 1, gather ingredients.
Avocados, cacao powder, salt, coconut cream, and table syrup. Do the same thing with this one. Avocado helps weight loss, reduces blood sugar spikes, and is strongly linked to lower risk of many diseases. It's also high in a heart-healthy fatty acid. Using table syrup because I did not have the agave nectar. Cooking with Greens brand, the pink Himalayan salt. This salt contains iodine. Iodine helps generate body heat, and not having enough iodine may make it difficult to learn and remember and might prevent hair follicles from regenerating. 3/4 of a cup of our cacao. Cacao powder has more calcium than cow's milk, densely packed with iron, magnesium, and antioxidants, and can help with stress, depression, blood pressure, and asthma. I'm going to add my heavy cream, coconut cream. Coconut cream is packed with the antioxidants vitamin C and E. Vitamin C encourages tissue growth and repair, and vitamin E protects healthy tissues from free radical damage or cancer cells. Drizzle in our coconut cream. Let's try it. I'm just going to sprinkle in a little bit of nutmeg. Nutmeg relieves pain, calms indigestion, helps cognitive function, and reduces insomnia. It's used in toothpaste and helps oral conditions.
I really like the pudding. It was sweet, creamy, even without the whipped cream.
I really love this pudding. I like chocolate, and this had a really deep chocolate flavor, and it was nice and creamy and smooth. It was better than any store-bought pudding you could ever get.
Well, Corey.
Yep, guys.
Average Joe, guess what he said? Go ahead. What you gonna say?
That last statement I made, I like chocolate. I like the deep chocolate taste.
So yeah, average Joe says, he said average, not me. I think I said it first, and then he was like, yeah, I agree. But either way, he is nothing
above average Joe.
He is above average. Y'all know average Joe is really fiery Joe. I don't know how he eats the hot peppers.
He be drinking hot sauce at the bottom, probably.
Yes, he grows a lot of peppers, gives away a lot of seeds. Check out Garden State Gardener if you want to get something good. So he says, I love this. The Omaya Girls is clapping it up and Kicking It with the Rook says it looks interesting.
It's good. It is so delicious.
Well, Trash Can't Wait tomorrow. I won't say what that looks like. Anyway, the Omaya Girls, yes, you must try this recipe. Because yes, it's a good one. And you know what? Trash Can Waves is definitely giving good advice. He loves avocado. And who else? Oh, thank you. Everybody's welcome and kicking with the Rooks, who says they're already subscribed. Thank you for that. Yes. And so, of course, they're shouting out Love and Live Show, who's shouting out to them as well. Corey, we got to get out of here. We are over time. Trash Can Waves says, he won't say what it looks like, but Triple Threat Firearms and Defense says looks delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's see. Our plea, love hanging out with great people. Me too, kicking it with the Rooks. And yeah, it is tasty. Trash Can Waves. How do we say goodbye for today? Because Love and Live Show likes it. So does Mary Marty Pojo. And GT Jr. says chocolate for the win. Y'all know we got a recipe library. It's right there on the website. Or you can go to plantbasedtreats.org for just recipes and food games and all that stuff. We got y'all covered.
All right. Well, today we are going to say goodbye the same way that Kicking It with the Rooks would say goodbye when somebody puts a knight or a bishop in front of them on the chessboard. They say, deuces.
I don't even know much about chess, but I think that makes sense.
Deuces, yeah.